Okay, we just went over body language and personal space. Now what I want to do is I want to briefly get into introductions and common objections. Okay, first of all, introductions. The first thing you're going to have to know is you're going to have to use a little bit of common sense. You're going to have to know when to start your pitch and when to start a conversation. And this is going to be based on a couple key factors. Okay, first of all, when you walk up to the door, you're going to have the lead sheet, and it's going to give you the homeowner's name. You're going to want to address the homeowner by name. Preferably, you're going to want to use their first name. So just a brief example, they answer the door. Hi, Mary. My name's Bill with so-and-so company. I'm in the neighborhood today to talk about the storm damage I can see to your property. Okay, you jumped right into your pitch there. Um, it's very key that you address them on a first name basis. That's going to make them, first of all, they're going to wonder how you know their name. Second of all, it's going to just start the conversation as if you're supposed to be there. So always address them by name. That's why we give you the lead sheets with all the information, is so you can talk to them directly. Make sure you have your name badge on. A name badge is going to make them think you're official. Hopefully you are official, but that's what that name badge does. Everybody that has a badge is official. So it's just human nature. They see the badge, you're official. Second thing is you're going to want to hand them a flyer. Give them something to look at while you're talking to them. That's their safety line. That allows them to pay attention to that flyer and not you. It's going to give you time to get your pitch out and allow them to make an educated decision on whether they want to listen to you or not. The second thing, you want to stand back and you want to point at the damage. Once they have that flyer in their hand, you want to use body mannerisms to point out the damage as if you're looking at it. If you're talking about the roof, Miss Jones, I noticed you have several shingles missing. Point to the roof. That could cause them to walk out with you and look up. If you get that far, you're getting the appointment. Trust me. So remember, stand back, point to damage as you're having a conversation. Some brief examples of the difference between starting your pitch and starting your conversation. If you knock on a door and the person is automatically just not wanting to be with you in the situation, they look a little irritated. First words out of their mouth were, "I'm busy." Okay, you're probably going to want to start a conversation as opposed to give your pitch. The reason is they don't want to hear your pitch. They already told you they don't want to hear your pitch. So what you want to do is you want to start a conversation. Possibly that conversation could be led in with, "Oh, shoot, Mr. Jones, I'm sorry about bothering you. I'm actually just in the neighborhood today because I noticed you had missing shingles and I wanted to stop by and talk to you about it. Are you aware that you have some missing shingles?" He's going to answer the question, yes or no. Yes, I'm aware that I have some missing shingles. Okay. Well, Mr. Jones, what were you planning on doing about that? I was going to patch them. Okay, now you're in your pitch. Now you can start with saying, well, "Mr. Jones, you understand that those shingles do represent the weakest part of your roof, and although they're blown off, you have another 30 or 40 spots up there that probably have broken seals or they're possibly creased. I have a guy around the corner that can give you a property inspection. He's experienced in wind damage. He knows exactly what he's looking for. It should only take 10 or 15 minutes for him to get up there and let you know exactly what you have going on. He can give you some valuable information. Maybe you don't need to patch it. Possibly you need to get the insurance company out here to look at it to find out if it needs to be replaced, because a lot of damage can't be seen from the ground." So boom, you're right there. You've given him your pitch, but what you did is you started a conversation to go ahead and settle the situation down. Uh, I can't go over every single situation known to man that you're going to want to use when it comes to whether you should give your pitch or start a conversation. This is where you're going to have to use some good common sense and just understand. Sometimes you're going to want to give your pitch. Sometimes you're going to want to start your conversation. In order to get good at this job, you can't be a robot. You cannot treat every person the same and expect to get results. Now, what I can do is I can show you some simple best practices to help you get the best advantage. Let's get into reflex objections and true objections. There's a difference. A reflex objection is something somebody's commonly going to give you when you knock on the door. I mean, you should expect a reflex objection every time. Uh, some common reflex objections: "I'm not interested." "I'm okay." "I already have a contractor." Uh, "Yeah, I know about it. I'm not worried about it." The best one is, and I hear this most often, "I'm not interested." And this objection really drives me crazy because I just automatically think, interested in what? You don't even know why I'm here. What can you not be interested in? How I handle that objection is very simple. I knock on the door, and people look at me and say, "I'm not interested." First thing I tell them, "I'm not here to sell you anything. Hey, I'm okay. I'm sorry to bug you. I'm not here to say anything. I'm here to give you this flyer. You have storm damage. I can see it. I want to stop by and give you our flyer. So when you do look for a contractor, you have my information really handy. He walks out. He takes my flyer. I follow up with, are you aware of the damage? He's going to tell me simple yes or no. Yeah, I'm aware of the damage. I'm going to get it taken care of. And you're going to follow up with some of the experience you've gained. I'm going to follow up with, okay, well, are you aware that the insurance companies typically have a time limit in which they're going to fix properties that are damaged? You may follow up with, oh, well, let me show you what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen the damage, sir, right there it is. I can show you what I'm talking about. That's a reflex objection. You need to have the reflex objections down just like you're able to take a drink of water. As soon as you get it, you're able to come right back with a reason why they need to talk to you. And we're going to do a lot of role playing. We're going to go over reflex objections in depth. Every day, we're going to spend 35 minutes every afternoon going over reflex objections so they become like a lizard brain. So as soon as you see that fly, you immediately spit your tongue out and you eat them. That's what we're going to do with reflex objections. Now, what is the difference between a reflex objection and a real objection? A real objection is something that a homeowner tells you that's kind of a stopping point. It's something they tell you that you have to think hard to overcome and or just decide you need to get on to the next customer. Some examples of real objections. I have a contractor. Okay, that could be reflex or real, so you need to do a little bit of research. Okay, you have a contractor. Okay, are they going to be doing some repairs for you or are they going to be replacing? Oh, they're going to be replacing. Oh, okay. Have you signed a contract with that company? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. So you're going to have to start a conversation based off that. If they've already signed a contract, go on, get to the next customer, find yourself somebody that's a lot easier to deal with. A real objection that you can overcome could be, I know I have damage. I don't want to contact my insurance company. Okay, well, Mr. Homeowner, do you realize that you're in an area that's considered a catastrophe, which means that thousands and thousands of people have filed insurance claims for the same damage you have? That's going to start a conversation. Well, no, I didn't really realize that many people filed claims, but I don't want to contact my insurance company. Okay, would you realize that if you don't fix the damage now and you have an opportunity to, that most likely 3 or 4 years down the road, you're going to have to come out of pocket yourself for this damage? That's another real objection that you can overcome. So there's a lot of real objections and there's a lot of reflex objections. Real objections, I'm sorry guys, you're going to have to use your own wits to overcome them. I can't tell you what to say every time somebody gives you a real objection, but I can tell you the difference between the two. Reflex objections, I'm going to make you an expert at them. I expect them when I knock on the door. I'm ready for them. Matter of fact, sometimes I spit out my my objection to their objection before they even get started. So pay attention to the role playing. Pay attention to how we word these conversations, and you should have a really good opportunity to set that appointment, even if you get a reflex objection. And then through time, you're going to get used to the real objections, and you're going to be able to overcome them and handle them. So that's pretty much all we have in this segment. Again, knock on the door, address the homeowner by name. That's going to separate you from everybody else. Everybody else is going to be like, "Are you the homeowner?" And they're going to be like, "Oh crap, salesman." You're going to be able to say, "Hey, Mr. Smith, I'm here about your storm damage that I can see in the front of your house." So take advantage of the lead sheets. It's going to give you a competitive advantage. Have your name badge on. That name badge is going to make you look official and it's going to make them feel comfortable with you. Flyers. Make sure you have something to hand to the customer. I tell you, if I'm out there knocking doors and I run out of flyers, I immediately feel naked at the door. Immediately feel naked. I'm embarrassed. I can't even complete my job because I don't have these flyers. So make sure you have your flyers. Stand back. Make sure you don't get inside the comfort zone and point at the damage. Make sure that you make reference to what you're looking at to try to entice them to come out and look at it with you. And then the last thing, know when to start your pitch and know when to start a conversation. That's going to be very key. You'll be able to pick up some of this through role playing. I'll show you personally when to start a conversation and when to start a pitch. Okay, I really appreciate you taking time to watch this part of the video. I know it wasn't the most exciting thing, but it is very important that you understand introductions and common objections.